Before the end of 2025, something extraordinary is calling quietly for some, loudly for others, but unmistakably for all. The world is shifting in ways that won't pause, won't slow, and won't repeat themselves. Time is moving with a force that demands attention, not fear. Intention, not hesitation. The months ahead are not simply pages on a calendar. They are a threshold, a narrowing gateway where potential either rises or fades, depending on the courage brought into this moment. There is a rare kind of energy present when a deadline approaches. Not the pressure that paralyzes, but the pressure that awakens. It ignites awareness, sharpens focus, and strips away everything that once felt necessary, but was merely noise. This is the kind of pressure that reveals what truly matters, what has been waiting too long, and what has been underestimated until now. Before the end of 2025 arrives, that energy intensifies, reminding that the future is not a distant horizon, but an unfolding reality shaped by decisions made today. Every transformative era begins with a shift in mindset, a moment when ordinary thinking no longer fits the magnitude of what is possible. This is that moment. The idea that a Sunday will arrive on its own dissolves as the calendar tightens. The promise that there will be more time later loses its comfort, and what remains is a simple, powerful truth. The next chapter will not write itself. The opportunity waiting before the year closes requires movement, boldness, and unwavering clarity of purpose. This is not a countdown to fear, but a countdown to possibility. Within the remaining days lies untapped strength, unclaimed progress, and unrealized growth. The year has not expired. It is alive with chances that still breathe. Still spark, still burn. Before 2025 ends, there is room to reinvent, to restart, to break patterns that once felt unbreakable. There is room to rise, not gradually, but decisively. The turning point does not arrive when conditions become perfect. It arrives when the decision is made to move, regardless of imperfection. The power of this moment is not in what has already happened, but in what is still within reach. Every dream left on hold, every ambition pushed aside, every goal imagined but not pursued gains weight and significance now, not because time is running out, but because desire is rising up. Before the end of 2025 comes, the world is offering a choice. Step into the extraordinary or settle for the familiar. This is a rare intersection where urgency meets opportunity, where determination becomes a lifeline, and where the next phase of life begins. Not someday, not eventually, not when everything aligns, but right here and right now. This is the time to cross it. Urgency is not the enemy. It is the signal that something meaningful is within reach. The remaining months of this year are not a limitation. They are a concentrated force capable of accelerating progress in ways slow, comfortable timelines never could. When time feels shorter, clarity becomes sharper. Distractions lose their appeal. Delays lose their justification. What once seemed overwhelming becomes simple. Either move forward or remain exactly where things have always been. Every postponed decision carries a cost. Not always a visible one, but a cost nonetheless, a quiet erosion of momentum, a subtle dimming of belief. And yet, urgency reverses this erosion. It injects life back into forgotten goals and reignites ambitions that have been waiting patiently for attention. The time remaining before 2025 ends holds enough space to build something remarkable, but only if hesitation is replaced with intention. The truth is undeniable. Progress thrives under commitment, not convenience. Not convenience. The months ahead will reward those who are willing to act decisively, even when certainty is not guaranteed. Waiting for the perfect moment is a habit that drains possibility. Seizing the present moment, however imperfect, is the act that creates transformation. The closing arc of this year has the potential to become a turning point, not because time is scarce, but because the desire to elevate is becoming impossible to ignore. Urgency does not demand panic. It demands presence. It is a reminder that potential without action becomes regret, and dreams without deadlines become decoration. The approaching end of 2025 emphasizes that every day not used is a day surrendered, and every step not taken is an opportunity abandoned. Yet at the same time, it highlights a powerful truth. A single decision made with conviction can change the direction of everything that follows. There is still room to rise. There is still room to achieve. There is still room to rewrite the story of this year. The window is not closed. Its edges are simply sharpening. urging action over delay. The urgency of now is not a burden. It is an invitation to accelerate, to focus, to redefine what is possible within a compressed but potent stretch of time. Before 2025 ends, the world will not slow down, but it will respond to momentum. It will shift for those who move with intention. It will open doors for those who choose discipline over doubt and progress over comfort. The urgency of this moment is a reminder that there is enough time left to create meaningful change, but not enough time to waste a single day. The choice is clear. Step into the pace of possibility or remain anchored to the pace of hesitation. The clock is not a threat. It is a countdown to potential. Real transformation begins the moment the inner shift occurs, the moment when intention becomes stronger than excuse, when commitment outweighs hesitation, and when the desire to rise finally overpowers the habit of remaining the same. This shift is not loud or dramatic. It often starts quietly, as a subtle tightening of focus, a growing refusal to accept limitations, a recognition that waiting no longer serves any purpose. Before the end of 25, this shift is the difference between a year remembered for progress and a year remembered for potential left, untouched. Change does not arrive through perfect timing. It arrives through deliberate decision. It happens when the mind stops negotiating with fear and starts demanding movement, when the belief in possibility becomes stronger than the patterns built from doubt. A shift in mindset is more powerful than any resource, plan, or strategy because it alters every choice that follows. Every choice that follows. It determines whether challenges become barriers or stepping stones, whether obstacles fuel frustration or ignite resilience. Greatness is not reserved for those with perfect conditions. It's claimed by those who act despite the imperfect ones. The world is filled with stories of victories born from chaos, breakthroughs born from pressure, and growth born from discomfort. This is because the turning point is never about circumstances. It is about perspective. When the shift occurs, challenges become teachers, time becomes an ally, and fear becomes fuel. What once seemed overwhelming becomes manageable, and what once felt distant begins to feel inevitable. Discipline strengthens this shift. Consistency sustains it. Vision amplifies it. Once these elements align, progress becomes more than effort. It becomes momentum, and momentum is often unstoppable once it begins. Even small steps taken repeatedly carve paths that once seemed impossible. What matters is not the scale of the action, but the decision to begin and the refusal to back down once movement has started. Within the final chapter of 2025 lies a rare opportunity to reshape identity, ambition, and direction, not through pressure, but through empowerment. Not through fear, but through clarity. This phase invites a deeper form of self-leadership, a willingness to confront old patterns and actively build new ones. It calls for courage, not in dramatic gestures, but in quiet, consistent choices that accumulate into something far larger than expected. The shift is not about doing more. It is about becoming more, becoming someone who follows through, someone who honors their potential, someone who stops negotiating with doubt and starts investing in belief, someone who recognizes that the path forward is not controlled by circumstance, but crafted by intention. And as the end of 2025 approaches, this shift becomes the defining factor, determining whether the remainder of this year becomes a repetition of the past or the foundation of a powerful new future. The possibility is already here. The momentum is waiting. The breakthrough begins the moment the shift within is embraced. The time has come to stop imagining what could happen and start creating what will happen. The closing stretch of 2025 is not a deadline to fear. It is an invitation to rise with purpose, clarity, and conviction. Every intention held in silence, every ambition waiting for its moment, and every goal placed on pause is now asking for action. Not tomorrow, not eventually, but now. Momentum is not born from perfect preparation. It is born from the decision to begin. The path forward does not need to be flawless. It only needs to be chosen. The most powerful breakthroughs start with a single step taken with sincerity and commitment. Progress accelerates when consistency replaces hesitation and when focus becomes stronger than distraction. The months left in this year offer more than just time. They offer the chance to prove what determination looks like in action. This is the moment to define what the rest of the year will stand for. Will it become a period remembered for waiting or for rising, for hesitation or for courage? For excuses or for execution, the choice belongs entirely to the one who is willing to move. Each day ahead is a blank page waiting to be shaped by discipline, intention, and bold decisions. Set the goal with precision. Set the goal with precision. Break it into steps with clarity. Then move with the kind of purpose that leaves no room for doubt. The world responds to those who take action, who commit without retreat, who honor their potential through effort rather than hope alone. Before the end of 2025, results can be rewritten, direction can be reshaped, and a new standard of excellence can be established. One built not on dreams alone, but on relentless follow-through. Let this be the turning point. The moment when intention becomes movement. The moment when hesitation is replaced by unstoppable momentum. The moment when the remaining days of this year become the foundation for everything that comes next. Start now. Move forward. Act with conviction. Before the ending of 2025 arrives, let the work speak. Let the progress show. Let the results stand as undeniable proof of what happens when commitment leads the way. The opportunity is here. The time is now. Claim it and rise. Claim it and